When you left, what did you know about what was happening here?
I didn't know anything about it at all, to put it this way. It wasn't shown on TV. They said that they were standing defending the Lugansk region.
Where have you arrived?
We flew from Yakutsk to Novosibirsk first. From Novosibirsk, well, we stayed for a day, and on another plane, also on a passenger plane, we flew to Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk.
Have you ever flown on airplanes before?
No, I haven't flown big ones.
Where did you fly from Sakhalinsk?
On the 29th, a ticket was issued from Sakhalinsk upon request, and we flew to Yuzhno-Kurilsk.
In Yuzhno-Kurilsk already? Where to next?
There, Yuzhno-Kurilsk has already been documented, and military uniforms have been issued there.
And when did you fly next and where?
After that, it was around what date, since the beginning of December. But I don't remember the exact date.
Where did you fly to?
We flew back to Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk already in uniform, given a military uniform.
Did you fly to Sakhalinsk just to get dressed and sign papers?
We just flew from Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk passenger to Yuzhno-Kurilsk.
Did you fly to Kurilsk purely to sign papers and get dressed?
There, filled out the papers.
Can you imagine how stupid this logic is? Where did you fly from Yakutsk first?
To Novosibirsk.
To Novosibirsk. And you fly from Novosibirsk to?
In Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk.
In Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk. Then you flew to Kurilsk, right?
To Yuzhno-Kurilsk.
To Yuzhno-Kurilsk. There you got dressed, signed papers, and flew back to Sakhalinsk.
In Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk.
Yes, and then where?
And there was military training there for 2 weeks.
Understood. In the middle of December, right?
Yes, mid-December.
In mid-December, they already have very tough problems. If they have to deal with such people with a bunch of transfers, imagine the logistics, how much it all costs. Where did you fly to in mid-December?
In the 20s, 24th or 20s, well, after the 20s, early 20s, we flew from Yuzhno-Kurilsk on a military plane. They took us through Khabarovsk and some other city. People were picked up there and brought to Ulan-Ude.
At least you saw the world, right?
Yes.
When did you depart from Ulan-Ude?
We took off from Ulan-Ude on the 28th of December.
28th. Where?
To Rostov.
To Rostov. Where did you spend New Year's?
The New Year is already in positions at the front line.
Where were you taken straight from the airfield?
Immediately from the airfield, they put me in a military Urals with my belongings and brought me to some field first.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the morning. We spent the whole day there. And in the evening, they loaded us onto cars again and again took us to some village.
Mm-hmm.
We arrived there at night. We arrived at night and were already distributed into units. It was in the 6th company. There were 11 of us there.
What unit did you even fight in?
They say the 39th Brigade, 6th Company, 3rd Platoon.
And when did you end up in a trench for the first time?
30s already.
In short, from the ship to the bow. Only in his case, from the ship to the trench.
Yes.
Fast, Sam. Well, what next? When were you captured?
4th January 2024.
Did you fight for 5 days?
Yes.
Well, it's fast. Well, there were also 15-minute fighters. Did you like it?
No.
And tell us about your last 5 days as part of the occupation forces. What were you doing?
They brought me to some village at night. Right there on...
Have you learned to shoot yet? Learn everything.
No, I did not. At Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk they showed me and gave me a rifle. I never shot much from a rifle.
Well, did you shoot a rifle there?
There, during the exercises, 4 mugs were allowed to fire. They showed how to load and how to shoot.
It's clear. As I understand it, you spent 5 days in a trench.
Yes.
Why didn't they change you?
Well, there turns out to be some other law. They won't take you out until you die.
That is, well, in this place in more detail. When were you put in the trench? How long did it take for you to be replaced?
We wanted to break through to some strong point, or as they say, to restore it. I arrived that evening and the 3 of us were already taken away. Well, there was a highway there, a highway road.
Uh-huh.
They told us to walk along it for 500 meters and there we should dig in. Well, they say there are dugouts there that have already been bombed. They need to be restored, as they said.
You went there. Were there corpses?
There was a lot.
Lying around?
Lying around.
Why didn't you remove them?
Well, our task, there was...
I understand, no. Well, how many corpses have you seen?
I saw 3 corpses.
It's not much.
This is the first time I've seen something like this.
And what? This is what you came here for. Well, okay, here you go. Did you say something to each other?
No, we didn't.
Corpses lying and so what, right?
Well... And as we began to pass, they already began to fire at us on this highway. There we wasn't thinking about the corpses anymore, we just wanted to stay alive.
Were there wounded among you?
Yes.
And killed?
Yes, killed too.
Have you reached the trench?
No, we didn't get there. They didn't let us to it. You walk about 200 meters and they are already shooting at you. And there are already drones with grenades, so... We rolled back twice these 2 days. 30th, 31st.
Stop. I appeal to all our volunteers, to all our Telegram channels, administrators. When you are making fundraisings, I understand that you, like us, including Vova, need to make reports on what we convey. But I have the following appeal. Let's not post fundraisings, video reports, and indicate to which units you transfer FPV drones. Why? Because now there is a big problem. Now the Russians are watching all our Telegram channels and they know that 200 FPV arrived in this and that brigade. 100 FPV arrived in this and that brigade. 50 Mavics arrived in this and that brigade. And they are already preparing for this, so let's practice information hygiene. Post a report. Be sure to blur the faces of our fighters, all the soldiers, all our people from the Ukrainian Defense Forces. Faces must be hidden. First and the second, don't name the units, or show these reports later, or make them non-public. Stop feeding Russians with information. It's harmful. Yes, I understand you need to report. But let's all do it together. I'll write now. I'll ask Nadia, I'll ask other people. We need to convey that we must stop reporting to which units we are transferring what equipment. So that the Russians would not wait for it there, because there is some hot trash going on there. I can't talk about it. This is thanks to the program. That is, they have a clear understanding of how much, where, what is being transferred to which battalion. They clearly know where ours are. They know that 10 Mavics arrived there, 10 Mavics will work with drops, and they are ready for this. We need to stop sharing information about what we give to whom. This is very important. This is what the military is asking to first and foremost. And I will ask the military on their Telegram channels not to publish information that 10 jeeps have arrived. Or publish a month late, well, something like that. Yes, drones are already working. How did you get captured?
After that, for 2 days, they wanted to break through. The order was that we break through to this. we couldn't. And for the third time,
In short, you stormed.
we couldn't get through.
How many people have been put forward for this task?
3 people were sent every day.
How many people survived?
Me and 2 are still left. And how many?
From how many?
Of 5 people. Which new ones have arrived? We were sent here.
Not trained, nothing, immediately in attack.
Immediately attack.
And only 5 out of 3 survived.
3.
This is fine. Where are they?
2 are in the hospital, 1 is dead. And 1 remained in the trenches. He is 61 years old, 1 year older than me.
61 years old.
Him, yes. He was sent too. They say sign the contract, then you will already work in the rear.
Was the welder with you?
The welder is done, he is dead.
Dead?
Yes.
He didn't weld anything.
No.
And he went everywhere with his stuff, right?
He already left it and realized that he had ended up in the other direction. In Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk already understood this, in Kurilsk already understood that when they began to issue military clothing.
What did he do with his masks and welding machine?
He already left it there.
That's it, wasn't necessary.
He realized that it is not necessary. Left his thing there.
How did you get captured?
I went as a guide and the 2 of us went together. The guide was already there from our platoon was. I didn't ask why. First time. This is my partners are gone. For the time being, I was assigned to him, the superior one. The 7th was his call sign. He had a radio and all other stuff. The platoon commander probably was. He gave him the task of which 8 support line I think we should go to. We somehow took a different path, went down from top to bottom. He told me on the radio that there should be 4 burned out technics unit there. Motorcycles, tanks, probably.
And?
It was around 4 p.m. Well, after 4 the sun began to set. And we come here. We found this, they are talking on the radio. And at that time the drones flew in and began dropping grenades. We managed to crawl under the tank and lay there until dark. Well, it got dark. He told me that let's go, we'll roll back. We can't get through, we can't see anything, and I don't know where to go either. I followed him and we began to crawl back, upward, from where we went down. The wind was strong wind, and it was raining, and when I crawled into the dark, I rolled into the funnel. There was a deep crater. Crawled out his gun. I'm screaming 7, 7, and that's how I lost him. I waited for him somewhere. Well, I was there for a long time until it froze. I was already all wet and frozen. Then went in the direction. I think he was listening there somewhere too. But I was still stunned. When I was lying under the tank, next to it, a grenade, it exploded. And 1 ear got blocked, and so I went. And went out onto the highway, onto the concrete one, so you can see, so...
What direction is this? What area?
I don't even know which direction.
Well, Lugansk, Donetsk, Zaporozhye.
I'm saying this for sure, I
You
don't
don't
know.
know where you fought?
Don't know. Well, there was a village there, Novomikhailivka, from which we were, against...
Well, you're walking down the road.
And I walked along the road and they just saw me. Stop. He says I stood up. Call sign, he says. I say give on. They speak Russian, I think ours. Hands up, I raise my hands. My rifle was taken. It turns out the
Did
Ukrainians.
they speak Russian?
Yes.
How so?
Well, that's how they talk
In
to
Russian?
me. In Russian, yes.
Holy shit. They say on TV there that they are killing people here for speaking Russian.
Well, yes.
What language are we speaking now?
We spoke Russian.
And how did this happen?
Well, you see, I was also completely surprised.
Think about it. Well, okay, I kind of turn on the actor. What do they tell you who took your prisoner? What department?
Call sign from a young guy. I don't remember how he spoke, but I didn't know the division for sure.
Well, the paratroopers.
I can't tell.
Territorial defense.
Well, they took me, then came to some houses.
How many days have you not eaten?
Well, like since arriving from Rostov.
You haven't eaten anything for 5 days?
Packed rations were
Oh,
given.
well, did you eat the rations?
Well, I ate the rations.
Did they give you food?
Yes.
What will your wife say now?
Don't know.
So. Well, she got it. We will agree as follows. You say a phrase in Russian, then speak in your language. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
This is her?
Yes.
So she speaks Russian?
She does. Well, she's getting confused.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, hello. My name is Dmitry.
Hello? Yeah? What happened?
I'm a journalist from Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
Your husband is in captivity.
In captivity, right? What happened?
He was captured.
Oh, why?
Well, I don't know. If you want to talk to him now, he will tell you everything. I need your consent to record and publish the video.
Oops.
Translate.
Now I will explain to her. Zina! Zina!
Oh. What's happened?
Ask permission.
Манныктен эйзарэйгиттен бу эйген видеогос таргын көңүллүгүн да хуокту.
Do you allow it or not? I asked.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, she says.
Here you go.
Yeah,
You don't
why?
speak now. Now you don't speak where you are, and you don't say who you are in captivity with, how many of you are in captivity. You talk to her and translate what she says.
I'd rather say it in Yakutian, then I'll translate it for you. She
Okay.
now...
Why didn't she know you were in captivity?
How will she know?
I didn't ask questions because, well, I think it's incorrect. Taking into account the disability there is probably, as I understand it, developmental retardation. Plus my lack of language, I just didn't have time to download the new firmware. It was Yakutian. Did you
Yes,
speak
in
Yakutian?
Yakutian. She's a Yakut.
Yes, Google Translator does not know Yakutian. Why did you come to kill us? Once upon a time, the Russians killed your people.
Yes.
What have the Ukrainians done to you?
They didn't do anything wrong.
Well, what next? And why did you come then?
Well, I thought they would send me to work.
No, man. I was thinking about going to work. You could still say this until the moment you put on your uniform. When you put on the uniform and they gave you a rifle from which you fired 4 magazines. They didn't give you one there, a set of wrenches.
Basically, yes.
Well, why didn't you say I'm not going?
I was afraid.
According to tradition, our prisoner of war, if they won't go to the camera of a broken Samsung, say you have to go here, you don't have to go here, good here, bad here.
To the ones who are going here or what?
Yes.
Well, they don't need to come here at all. They don't need to come. This is generally a separate state. As we were told, no one attacks anyone here. They are simply defending their integrity of the state. This is what I know and understand for sure. And before that, they told me that we must protect from nationalists. It turns out that everyone here speaks Russian and speaks it well. This is true for me. I experienced it myself and understood it these days. They treated me well. Even thought I came to them to kill them. This is such a misunderstanding. So think to yourself, not just think, don't think about coming here at all. No need, this is already a separate state. There is no need to intrude into the other direction there. It's better to sit in your prison there.
If you want, I'll tell you if you want my opinion about you. If you want. If you don't want to, I won't tell you.
But tell me, I still need to know.
This is my personal opinion, which you know, to say this. I've seen too many of you already. Already with Zolkin, this is my friend, with whom we have been recording prisoners since the first day of the war. First of all, you knew what was going on here. That there is a war here. Did you know?
Well, I knew the war, I knew
Why
it.
did you say that you didn't know?
Well, there's a war going on. They tell us we're defending here in the Republic of DPR and LPR. But I didn't know about such a global war.
You are weak-willed.
Yes, I admit it.
You're a loser.
Yes.
Moreover, you abandoned your children. Your wife said you were drinking, and you most likely did. And I know that all northern people need 50 grams to get drunk.
Yes.
Because the Soviet bastards got you drinking to death. They just made you drunk by whole villages. They bought you free vodka in cars so you could drink. Then they signed off your documents from the drunks. I know all this. This is the history you don't want to know about yourself. You ran away from your problems and found yourself a wife who, as you say correctly, is like a small child. And in her you raised those children whom you abandoned. If I'm wrong, then say I'm wrong. I don't care.
Agree.
I myself am interested in my assessments.
Yes.
You understand that nothing will happen to you. You will say what you will not say.
Certainly.
Why did you need the money? To be honest.
Mortgage to pay.
How long did it take you to decide to go?
I didn't think at all. That's what I thought. If they give you a job, then you count it for a year. You can pay the mortgage, leave some for wife, and send some to the children.
You're a representative of the people who were broken and driven all the way. You have been driven into poverty. Everyone is convicted there just to have a mark.
Yes.
Has your criminal record affected your life?
Yes.
What?
Exact year, I don't know what year Putin's decree has been issued. Do not hire industrial workers. There are restrictions on children's institutions and industrial ones. Where there is paid work, there are already restrictions. People with criminal records are not accepted. You can work for low-paid ones. There is a janitor, a worker. You can get a job at such enterprises.
Who will win?
Ukraine will most likely win.
Why?
The defense is good, especially it's their place, and there is an opinion among the troops that no one wants to fight.
Which troops?
In Russian, where I was for several days, everyone doesn't want to fight.
Don't want to?
They don't want
What
to.
are they saying?
They don't want to at all. They say it's not our territory, why fight? You are more powerful. Ours, I think, are 2-3 people running around. There is no one else.
You're a country of slaves that came to liberate free people. Liberators.